Sometimes in life, we have to step out of what we are accustomed to or what we're comfortable with, and we have to say things that make us uncomfortable. Today's episode is exactly just that. Why my worldview makes me uncomfortable. The world's a little softer right now. Let's open today's thoughts. I'm Aaliyah, and you're listening to Dayah Station. So a couple days back, I did what every single person on earth does. I woke up, scrolled my phone, and I saw a post on Instagram. The post was talking about the current situation that's happening in Iran and how the goal was to take power away from Iran, but instead it was handed to them. And I saw the post and I just saw it and I went on about my day. I got my babies ready, so I made their bottles, I got them changed. And as I'm changing one of my babies, a thought just clicks into my mind and I was like, okay, I'm going to record this thought because that's what I usually do, especially since I've started Dayah Station. Like everything that comes to mind, I kind of like sit down and record it. So I grabbed my microphone and I clipped it to my glasses and I just started talking, and it really did turn into a rant about why women are better leaders than men. And I've sat with this idea for a couple of days, and for the past couple of days I've really tried really hard to talk about it and like record it in the right way, because every time there was anger in my voice, and that's not what Dayah Station is. So I had to like really sit with myself and figure out exactly what I'm trying to say and say it in a way that is true to my podcast. And listen, the more I think about it, the more it just came out angry, and it just seemed like I was really, really angry at men, because in my head they created the world that we are in right now, this chaotic world, and it would have been better if women were in charge. And the thing is, that idea, that concept in itself brings out I think it brings out a side of me that I don't know if I'm really comfortable with posting online. But at the same time, it's really a thought that is very, very strong. And it's a stand where I've always had the stand. And if I bring it publicly, you are all going to see me in a different light. You are all going to see how I see the world. And it makes me uncomfortable. But you know what? Because Dayah Station is where I show who I truly am, I'm actually going to just say exactly what I was thinking. And I'm going to stand my ground on it. And I'm not going to change my mind about it. So, let's dive into it. Why I think women are better leaders than men. When I think about the way the world is going on right now with the wars and everything, it just shows exactly why women are better at leading. Women bring life, so they understand the cost of life. Men don't. The person in charge making the decision of whether we should go to war, whether we should do this, should know the cost of life before they make the decision. Sadly, men can't do that because they don't know the cost of life. If you look at every single world leader right now that is making the decision to send their army to different countries, do they really know the cost of life? They don't, because they sit in their chairs in a warm room while others are dying, whether it's their own military or whether it's the people of the country that they're invading. That in itself should show you that they don't belong in that chair. But here we are. They get those votes. They sit in those chairs. They make those decisions. And we the people watch this and we watch the consequence of it and never ask ourselves, how could this be? How could this change? What could we do to make this world better? The answer has always been there. Put the people who know the cost of life in those positions and you'll see the result. The problem will solve itself. The thing about the way throughout history women have been told that they can't lead, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that, they should stay home, they should stay with the kids. All of this was used to weaponize and tell them that they're incompetent, when in reality that's what you need in order to have peace. Because in order to build a home, you need a wife. In order to have children, you need a woman. Men can't do any of those without the help of a woman. So how can they build a world of peace? How can they protect if they are the ones making the decision, but the person who knows the cost of life is not making the decision. If you're pushing the person who knows the pain of bringing life into the world, the pain of taking life, and you put that person in a box and you tell them they can't leave, how can you have world peace? How can you make decisions that include life in them? And how can you make the right decisions? You can't. So every single day I watch the news, and this is another reason why I hate politics. I despise it. Because every single thing wrong in the world could be solved in a minute, but it won't. It won't ever be solved in a minute. You want to know why? Because this hatred, this illusion, this power that men think that they can hold is so rooted, deeply rooted into every single human being on earth, that if we were to come together even today and decide that men shouldn't be in power and women should be, you would still have people who disagree with it. Because in their mind, the image of power, protection is men. But it's not. It's really not. So this is what makes me uncomfortable about speaking about this. Because you see where I stand. I don't stand on either side. I don't stand on the left. I don't stand on the right. I stand completely outside of both of it. Because my answer to the problem is not voting someone who's liberal or voting someone who's Republican. My idea of a better leader is completely removing men from the power and giving it to women. Because they know the cost of life. They know the pain that comes with life. So before they make the decision to take life, to go to war, before they make the decision of what is better for the country, they know, would I put my child through this? Would I put myself through this? Would I want to be there? Would I want to fight for this? They would ask those questions. But the other ones, the other side, the side that controls everything right now, they only care about the power they can hold. They only care about their name. Sometimes they don't even care about their own children. So, at the end of the day, who would you put in that chair? And would you be happy with your decision? Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.